What's going on, everybody? So, you got Xbox here. We just had a showcase very recently. We had a showcase that showed Halo Combat Evolved, um, Campaign Evolved, CE. It keeps getting messed up. I'm going to keep messing that up, but whatever. Campaign Evolved. And I'm like, you know what? With this showcase, I'm really interested in playing this game. Then we're getting all this stuff just being put out today that Xbox is reportedly closing down studios. Studios are trying to, basically be sold off to avoid everyone being fired. And it's one of the questions to where why wasn't this done sooner with a lot of these studios, mind you, like Ninja Theory? I think what they had Hellblade 2 in development for what was it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was like 7 years. And then you got all these other studios that have been making mediocre garbage at best. Like games to me, like Starfield, never looked interested to me. Game came out, and I'm like, there's nothing here that makes me want to play this game. So it makes me wonder, should I even bother buying Campaign Evolved, Gears of War E Day? Those were two games that Xbox showed off that I really wanted. And I was even looking into the new Fable. I'm like, I'll give this game a shot because I loved the original Fables, Fable 2 being my favorite of all time. And it's like, what's the point of giving them money if they're going to start closing down these studios, right? I mean, you had what was it? I forget the name of the studio, but it's the one that made Hi-Fi Rush. That was one of the best games that they released from the Xbox side in God knows how long. And then what happens? They just close that studio down. Them saying they need more Japanese developers, close down the only Japanese developer they owned. So it's like, what's the point of supporting this company, right? Now, I used to be a big Xbox fan. I used to love Xbox. That was my main platform. I may have played something on Nintendo or PlayStation here or there, but it was always Xbox. And even though the PlayStation fanboys would like to say, "Ha, you only got Forza, Gears, Halo, Fable," for me, it was like, you know what? I have Halo, Gears, and Fable. I love those three games, and I get all these multi-plat games. I don't care what you got. I got what I want. And now it's just like, what's the point? What is the point in supporting Xbox going forward when, again, they just had a showcase showing off games to where they're closing down these studios? Bloomberg, several Xbox studios, including Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, and Double Fine, are in the active negotiations with Xbox to spin off as they try to avoid closures. Now, with two of the three of these studios, care less about. Compulsion Games, don't care. Ninja Theory, don't care. Double Fine, the only game they've ever made that I liked was Brutal Legend. That's it. But that's just me. The Verge, Xbox is closing down Hellblade creator Ninja Theory. Staffers were told on a call Monday about the closure, but they are hoping the studio will find a buyer. Xbox is closing down Hellblade creator Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, and Double Fine are also in active negotiations about spinning off. And again, of course, you got PlayStation fanboys super happy about it, which is like, okay, you guys had your problems, right? Don't forget all those studios that PlayStation bought, right? That Sony bought. And what do they do? Oh, yeah, they closed them down. Just keep in mind, they can brag all they want about, Xbox closing down studios. How did Concord turn out? How did all those other what is it? All those other subscription based shooters that you guys were toting about turn out to be? Yeah, take a seat. Kotaku, Xbox is planning to shut down Compulsion Games, developer of Peabody Award winning South of Midnight and We Happy Few. And it's like, this game looked like shit. This game did not look interesting at all. You also had this Xbox Game Studios boss Craig Duncan steps down. Chief of Staff Louise O'Connor also departs. Bloomberg, several Xbox studios, including Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, Double Fine, are in active negotiations with Xbox to spin off as they try to avoid closure. These are not the only three Xbox studios at risk of closure, says Jason Schreier. So yeah, you got people stepping down, you got studios being closed down, and it's like, what is Xbox even doing? They announced their next game at Xbox 25th anniversary celebration a week ago. What the fuck are we doing here? This is someone right here too. This now squarely puts Xbox division onto one of the biggest rounds of layoffs they'll ever see, all under the guise of restructuring under new executive leadership. They announced Senua only to close the studio a few days later. What the fuck is wrong with Xbox? So much for Asha Sharma. She basically went on a looping spree just to soften up the fanboys with all the pretend penetrating wait penetrate wait penetrating bad news. I can read, I promise I'm not that retarded. News to come for the record. Sneakers SO was right. Microsoft is going to be Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, and Halo Studios at this point. Maybe Obsidian is if they put out if they put them on a Fallout game. Let's see. Bloomberg also reports Xbox Studios versus Beyond Compulsion Games. Safe to say that the Xbox July, safe to say that Xbox of the July will drastically look different than Xbox of June. So I want to know what you guys think, because I was planning on doing a completely different video. I was going to talk about games that I want to see come back from the dead, and we have games that are just going to be sent off to be dead. I want to know if this changes your guys' opinions on Xbox. Do you feel like you can give this company money anymore? Because honestly, I don't trust them. I do not trust them. You shouldn't trust any company, mind you. But it's like with this stuff here, what's the point? What is the point of supporting Xbox in any way, shape, or form? As a matter of fact, just to show you I'm serious, there goes Halo. There goes Gears of War E-Day. And there goes Fable. All of them taken off my wish list. I'm not going to support these companies that want to do shit like this, that want to get people excited. Because even though I'm not excited for anything that Compulsion, Ninja Theory, or even Double Fine may or may not been bringing out anytime soon, doesn't mean I'm going to support this type of shit where you bring out these studios and these games in front of people just to a week later be like, cutoffs, layoffs. We're here for the gamers. We're here for you. We want to make stuff that makes you want to give us money, right? To pay for your Game Pass, to pay for online play, right? Just to fucking pull that shit away later. It's fucking stupid. There's no point in supporting Xbox anymore. I will still play MCC because I bought it. And unless I decide to jump back on Halo Infinite and they make that price go down cheap enough because I like Steam achievements and I can get a lot more achievements in it, I have no interest in giving any money towards Halo Infinite. And this point going forward, there's no point in buying anything on Xbox because next thing you know, that studio's closed down and they pull that game off the storefronts and you're just SOL. That's all I got to say for this video. I want you guys to comment down below because I value everybody's input on what I have to say, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. That's what the whole conversation is about, right? Also, if you guys could like this video, share it around if you want to share it with your friends by some random guy on the internet bitching about Xbox. Also, follow me on YouTube, Kick, and X, where I do live streams. I'm going to be playing some more Call of Duty later tonight, finishing up the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign. And with that being said, I'm done. I'm out. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see everybody in the next video.